Hi there, my name is Nhyira Premium and welcome to my new series on the ICAG New Syllabus. Now, in this series, I'll be discussing with you the various things that you need to understand about the ICAG syllabus, the details of the ICAG syllabus, the various things that you need to understand, the various changes. But in this very first video, I'll be giving you what I call the snapshot of the syllabus, meaning that I'm going to summarize everything in the syllabus, what you got to do, the various decisions that you have to make as you prepare yourself to begin the examine or begin preparation for the examination. So in my hand here is the new ICAG syllabus from 2019 to 2024. So the syllabus is going to be taking effect from November. So the first examination on the syllabus will be in November, and we are making preparation on that. Now, so as I mentioned, I want to give you a snapshot on what is new in this syllabus, like from the old syllabus to this new syllabus, what has been the change, and what are the various things that we have to do, the various things that we have to take into consideration, how we're going to be positioning ourselves in order to write a paper and increase our chances of passing the examination, what combination of subjects must we write together in order to pass them easily, and the various things that we need to know about the ICAG examination and the ICAG syllabus in total. So that is what I want to do with you or discuss with you in this video. Now, the syllabus is still a three-tier syllabus or examination structure. What does it mean? It means that it still have a three level. So we have level 1, level 2, and then level 3. So the level 1 is the knowledge level, where we are just introducing you to the course. So just going to have some knowledge and about what the course is about. Level 2 is going to be an application level. Here we're going to keep it a notch a little bit, where we are going to be preparing a detailed financial statement of limited liability companies, dealing with issues about consolidated financial statements and other real issues. So we go to practical stage in the level 2. And the level 3 is professional stage. This is where you're becoming an expert, you're becoming somebody that is going to be giving professional advice and preparing financial statements for companies and giving audits or assurance services, providing assurance services for companies. So it's still three levels: level 1 knowledge, level 2 application, and level 3 professional. Now the number of the subject is still the same: 14 subjects, 4 papers in level 1, 6 papers in level 2, and then 4 papers in level 3. So it's still going to be, or it is still a 14 paper or 14 subjects syllabus, as we know already from the old syllabus. But what has been the change? Yes, every level has a change, because level 1 has seen a change, level 2 has seen a change, and level 3 has seen a change. So all the levels have seen a change, and we're going to be going through all of those things in relation to that. Now, so let me say this off the bat. Yeah, the exam is going to still be a mark out of 100, and so the pass mark is still 50%. That hasn't changed. So it is going to be mark out of 100, 3 hours paper, and you're going to get at least 50%, and you are passing the examination. Then also, the progression through the qualification is indicated in the details of the syllabus content and are subject to exemptions granted. It is not a requirement of the qualification that any combination of subjects is required to be passed within a level. So it is very important for you to understand it. You know, previously level 3, you're supposed to pass 2 papers before you are given credit. So that thing has been scrapped. It's no more there, and it has been categorically stated here in the syllabus that it is not a requirement of the qualification that any combination of subjects is required to be passed within a level. So if you pass one, we give you the credit. If it is one paper you can write, you go for it and you get the credit in relation to that. Then also, the entry requirement hasn't changed, it's still the same. Holders of senior high school SHS certificates, you're supposed to have 6 credits including English and maths. Then if you have SSC or GBC holders, 6 passes, that is A to D, also including English and maths. Then we have diploma, HND degree, and master's holders from any qualification will be accepted by the institution. So we have the exemption policy also laid out here by the Institute of Chartered Accountants, and just a few things have changed. Usually if you have a degree, you are exempted from level 1 and 2 papers in level 2, sometimes audit and assurance, and then financial management. But this time, no student will get it, all other things being equal. If you have a degree, you're not going to be getting exemption for financial management, because it's the only paper now in the entire syllabus, and we will come to that in a moment. So holders of diploma in accounting awarded by a tertiary institution are exempted from all level 1 papers, right? Holders of HND accountancy option are exempted from all level 1 papers, and then audit and assurance in level 2. Holders of accounting technician scheme West Africa, that is ACCA, are exempted from all level 1 papers, audit and assurance in level 2, and then principles of taxation in level 3. University bachelor degrees. Holders of university bachelor degrees in accounting of accredited tertiary institutions are exempted from all level 1, and then audit and assurance, and then principle of taxation in level 2. Holders of university bachelor degree other than those specified in A above will be granted exemption on subject by subject basis as indicated on the academic transcript. Master's degree holders in accounting option with a first degree in accounting will be granted exemption from all level 1 papers and all level 2 papers, with the exception of public sector accounting and finance. Then holders of master's degree other than those specified above. In other words, if you have a master's degree and it is not an accounting option, then exemption will be granted on subject by subject basis based on or as indicated on the academic transcript. Then holders of other professional qualification recognized by the institute will be granted exemption on subject by subject basis. So if you are coming from SEMA, you are coming from CIM, you are coming from ACCA, whatever professional qualification, the exemption will be given on subject by subject basis as indicated on the results script. Then exemption will not be extended to any paper in level 3. So you're not going to get exemption for any paper in level 3, no matter what you are coming in with. If you are coming with PhD, QQC, whatever it is, you're still not going to be exempted in any paper in level 3. So that is also what you need to understand about the exemption policy, the entry requirement, and also the pass and progression in the syllabus. Okay, so let's get into the details a bit. As I said, it's a snapshot, but it's going to be a bit detailed. The first thing we need to look at is the subject elimination or removal. Okay, so there are 3 levels still. Let me go there quickly. Level 1, previously we had financial accounting, business management and information system, business and corporate law, and then quantitative tools in business. Now in level 1, quantitative tools in business is no more there. So the examiner, the quantitative tools in business has been removed. But this is what I want you to understand. Now, as a technically skilled person in this field, going through the syllabus, I realized that yes, quantitative tools may have been eliminated. In other words, you're not going to be writing any exams on quantitative tools in business, but the topics in quantitative tools in business are actually spread in the syllabus, and I'll get into that in a moment. So in level 1, the subject that has been brought to level 1 is Introduction to Management Accounting. Now previously in the old syllabus we were having Management Accounting in level 2, very bulky like that. So that has been splitted into 2, and so now in level 1 we have Introduction to Management Accounting. Now this Introduction to Management Accounting covers a number of things, but also in addition to that it looks at time value of money, time series, and other topics which were previously in quantitative tools in business. All right, so time value of money, quantitative tools in time series, moving average, trend analysis, like those kind of ideas are part of this Introduction to Management Accounting, and some contemporary issues in management accounting. So that is covered there in that syllabus. That is why I mentioned that even though quantitative tools may have been eliminated or removed from the syllabus, its topics are actually what? Spread in the syllabus. And that is how all is. All the subjects that are no more in the syllabus, their content are not totally eliminated. So don't write your mind off that, hey, now I'm not going to learn quanti again. No, there are things in quanti that you're still going to be learning in the level 1. So in the level 1, we now have financial accounting, business management and information system, business and corporate law, then introduction to management accounting. So this introduction to management accounting is just some ideas from management accounting with time value of money and trend analysis, time series, moving average, and those ideas there in that case. So that is level 1. Now you have introduction to management accounting. What it means is that, now one thing I think I didn't mention is very important to be mentioned. You will write a paper, or you will, for any student who hasn't completed a level, any subject introduced in that level will be written by the student, right? So if you are still in level 1 and you didn't complete with level 1, then introduction to management accounting that has been brought, you're going to be writing it. So if you passed quanti in the under the old syllabus, that is under the just ended syllabus, it doesn't guarantee you or guarantee that you're not going to write introduction to management accounting. As far as you are still in level 1, you're going to be writing the introduction to management accounting. So that is what happened. That is what is happening now in the level 1. Then we come to the level 2. In the level 2, the subjects are still the same. We are having financial reporting, management account. Now, the management accounting now in level 2 is actually just a portion of the entire management accounting in the previous level. Remember I said in the previous subject, in the previous syllabus, the management accounting was like this, bunch, right? That's exaggeration though, was bunch. So now it's split into 2. So a portion of that is in the introduction to management accounting in level 1. Now part of that is now brought into what? Level 2. So in level 2 we have management accounting, and this management accounting here is not as much as it used to be in the level 2 because of the split. Then we have audit and assurance still there. Financial management is here, and then public sector accounting and finance. Then there is an introduction of a subject, principle of taxation. So now corporate strategy, ethics and governance is no more in the syllabus. That has been removed. So in level 2 also, the subject that has been removed or eliminated is corporate strategy, ethics and governance. But as I mentioned a moment ago, the fact that corporate strategy, ethics and governance is no more a subject that you'll be writing in the ICA or under this new ICA syllabus does not mean that the content is no more than no. Everything in corporate strategy, ethics and governance, almost everything, is actually in the level 3 strategic case study. So in case you studied corporate strategy, ethics and governance, you passed that paper, don't write off anything you've learned, because everything you've learned in corporate strategy, ethics and governance will come handy or will be helpful in strategic case study, the new paper introduced in the level 3. So we no more have corporate strategy, ethics and governance, but everything you studied in corporate strategy, ethics and governance is going to be useful in the level 3. So don't write off your mind that, hey, I'm not going to write corporate strategy, ethics and governance again, so I'm going to throw my books away. No, you're going to need the books, you're going to need the ideas, you're going to need the concepts right there. So maybe let's bunch into some of the things in the corporate in the level 2 here a bit, and then let me just talk about them a bit. Financial reporting is the same structure, but now high purchase accounting, branch accounting and partnership accounting is no more in the syllabus. That's a good news. That's a good news. So now you don't see high pitches, we're not going to see branch accounting, we're not going to see partnership again. So in financial reporting, that has been eliminated. So it is no more in the syllabus. So for those of you who never liked it, high purchase accounting, partnership accounting, branch accounting, good news is it is no more in financial reporting. Next thing is introduction of IFA Code of Ethics and Corporate Governance Code. Now, so some introductions have been made here. So in addition to preparation of financial statement, consolidation, accounting standard, ethical codes of ethics and governance, issues about ethics has been introduced or have been introduced in financial reporting. So it is something that we're going to be considering. Then some new accounting standards based on the International Accounting Standard Board current development has been introduced in financial reporting. So in addition to the IAS 2, IAS 8, IAS 12, 16, 17, 20, 22, the list goes on. You're going to have some new accounting standards that you're going to be learning. Things such as IAS 41, agriculture, IFRS 6, exploration for Exploration for and evaluation of mineral resources, IFRS 11 joint arrangement, IFRS 12 disclosure of interest in other entities. This has already been there. IFRS 15 already there. IFRS 16 already there. It's going to be effective from November 2019. And then IAS 21, effect of changes in rates and foreign exchange. This was typically in corporate reporting in the old syllabus, but now you're supposed to have a knowledge about it in the level 2. So these are some accounting standards that the examiner requires that you know about. Then certainly IAS 24, related party disclosure. This was also in level 3 corporate reporting and even in audit and assurance, but this time around it is a requirement that financial reporting you know about it. So these are some accounting standards that we are going to have in addition to the ones we are having now. They are not difficult. Okay, the good news is they are not difficult. Most of them are very simple. Most of them are just theory aspects that we're going to be talking about and discussing about. So don't be freaked out. It's going to be easy. And remember, I'm going to be covering all of these things on my YouTube channel, on Facebook, on Instagram, and as well as on our study portal. So you're not going to have any excuse of not having challenges with these standards. Okay, then we come to management accounting. As I mentioned, it's split into two. There are contemporary approaches to management accounting. We have ethics there. ABC is there. Value chain analysis has been brought there. You know, value chain analysis was in corporate strategy. That's why I told you that corporate strategy, the idea is still in the syllabus. Then budgeting and budgetary control still there. Preparation of cash and master budget is still there. Then decision making, advanced variance analysis, short-term decisions, those things you know already. Investment appraisal is still there, and then performance evaluation still there. Financial management is still the same as what you knew already, but they have just added a couple of things like time value of money. That was in quantitative tools in business, but now they've brought it in financial management for you to have an idea about time value of money. Then the issue about mergers and acquisition. Okay, mergers and acquisition has now been brought to financial management. Technically, that is not a new thing though, but then it's something new that you're going to be looking at. Then financial risk management, it has become broader than how it was in the current in the old syllabus, because now financial management is just, this is the only financial management official paper in the professional qualification or in the examination structure. So financial risk management it has been broadened up a little bit, unlike where you're just going to be looking at having knowledge about option theories and those things, having knowledge about treasury risk management or financial risk currency risk management. This time around is going to go a bit broader than what we know about forward contract and money market hedge. We're going to go a bit broader than that. So that is also what you have to understand about financial management. Then we come to public sector accounting and finance. It's almost the same as what has been there, just that it's been broadened a bit. So evaluation of financial performance, financial position. So it's like you're going to be doing some interpretation of financial statement here, calculating some ratios here, because you're going to do financial evaluation. Then you're going to be looking at other issues in relation to the IPSAS. Okay, the examiner requires that students understand the IPSAS. So like we know in financial reporting, where I treated all the accounting standards before we start with the financial statement. That's the same thing we are doing in public sector accounting and finance. We're going to go through all the IPSAS that you need to know, IPSAS 1, IPSAS 2. Now this is the good news. The good news is that the IPSAS are just similar to the IASs and IFRS. They're just similar. There are just some instances where there's a thin line. Sometimes the wording, okay, the words to use. Maybe in the private sector we're supposed to say AX. In the public sector we are going to say AY. That kind of thing. So the wordings are going to be a bit different, but the concept technically is going to be the same. So IPSAS 1 is the same as IAS 1. Okay, IPSAS 2 cash flow statement is the same as what we know in IAS 7 cash flow statement. But when it comes to the public sector and you're preparing cash flow statement for the public sector, you know you're going to be dealing about taxes, you're going to be dealing about social benefits, you're going to be dealing with the issues about grants. So that kind of idea. But the idea, preparing the cash flow statement from three activities like operational activities, investing activities, and financial activities is going to be the same, and it's going to be gleaning through it in that case. So public sector accounting and finance has been broadened. Okay, it's broad now. It's much broader than it was in the old syllabus, and will require much work to be done on this level. So that is it about public sector accounting and finance. Then the new subject that has been introduced, principles of taxation. You know, earlier we were having taxation and fiscal policy, but now we have principles of taxation. Now, the taxation and fiscal policy in the old syllabus was slashed into two. Technically, it was divided into two. So about 75% of the lesson on taxation and fiscal policy in the previous syllabus is what has been brought here in the principle of taxation. So about 75%. So you're going to be talking about issues in relation to fiscal policy at this level. You're going to be talking about social security, pension fund, and all of those things here. So as I mentioned, if you wrote taxation and fiscal policy and you did not pass the paper, no P, whatever you learned there will be valuable at this level in principles of taxation. Then audit and assurance in level 2 is almost the same thing that you need to understand there. So that is it about the level 2 for the new syllabus, and these are some of the things. So as I mentioned, quantitative tools may have been removed from level 1, but the idea is still in the syllabus. Corporate strategy may have been removed from level 2, but the idea is still in the syllabus. Then we come to level 3. Level 3 now has corporate reporting as it was there, advanced audit and assurance as it was, advanced taxation, and then strategic case study, which is the new subject that has been introduced. So for corporate reporting, it's almost the same as what is there, but as I mentioned in financial reporting, that there are new standards or additional standards that we will be looking at in relation to that. So that's it. Then advanced audit and assurance is almost the same thing, but this time around the concept and mechanisms of public accountability in Ghana has been brought to advanced audit and assurance. Remember, this topic was actually in the old public sector accounting and finance, but it has been removed from public sector accounting and finance and brought to the advanced audit and assurance. So the idea is important on this level. Then we come to advanced taxation. Now, don't be freaked out about the advanced taxation here, because as I mentioned, the old taxation and fiscal policy, 75% of that was taken to the principle of taxation. Now, the 25% that was left is now what has been taken to the advanced taxation. So here, technically from the syllabus, there are only 3 broad topics that you're going to be learning here. There are only 3 broad topics that you're going to be learning here, and it's a much technical here. You're going to be dealing with a much technical issues there, and we'll be covering those things later on. Then the new subject, strategic case study. Now for this subject, before any student writes this subject, you might have, or you should, that's the word, you should have written, or you should have attempted the other 3 papers. In other words, you should have attempted corporate reporting, advanced audit and assurance, and advanced taxation before writing this paper. So if you have not written corporate reporting, you have not written advanced audit and assurance, or you've not written advanced taxation, you cannot write what? Strategic case study. Okay, it's a requirement. You cannot write it. Now, strategic case study is going to be a 3-hour paper consisting of 2 cases. Now, I love this one a lot because, as I mentioned, it is a combination of corporate strategy, ethics, and governance, and some aspects of advanced financial management. Remember, I told you advanced financial management is no more in the syllabus, but then some of the concepts of advanced financial management are here in the strategic case study. So again, if you wrote advanced financial management but you are still not done with the syllabus and this paper is introduced, it means you're going to write this paper. Now, don't throw your knowledge in advanced financial management away, because some of the things in advanced financial management will be relevant both in financial management, will be relevant in the strategic case study, will be relevant in strategic case study. Then the concept of corporate strategic management, and then some advanced information. Now, this is what the examiner said. The examiner said that yes, the questions will be based on it will be based on 2 case studies, but the examiner is going to give what we call background details, or what we call advanced information. In other words, the cases, okay, the 2 case studies that you're going to be seeing in the exam, or the examiner will give you the case, okay, but the requirements, in other words, the questions for the case study will not be attached to it. Now, so you would have to go read the case study, so more or less like a project work, or like you're writing your thesis. Then you're gonna write that you're gonna take that question or that case study. So the ICA is gonna give that advanced information to students, and you're gonna go through it, read it through with your lecturers, or your lecturer, do any background research, have an idea, gather information, do some research that you have to do, then sort of understand the case properly, so that during the 3 hours, the question that the examiner asked you now, you're going to be using that to answer. But this is the good news. This is the good news. The good news is that students will be expected to familiarize themselves with the information provided about the organization and industry in which they operate by undertaking detailed analysis of that advanced information and some additional analysis and research where necessary. Students may take the results of their work into the exam. Students may take, in other words, when the case studies are given and you go through them with your lecturers, you do various research, all the information you gather on the case study, you may be required, or you may be asked to take it to the exam hall, so that when you see the question, you are just reproducing it, because this is a research work you've done. This is a thesis that you have gathered, literally, right? So that's the fun part of it. That's the fun part of it. So the question will be covering 3 broad areas in the syllabus. Did I say 3? Yeah, 3 broad areas. So strategic management issues, 40%. This is already in corporate strategy, ethics, and governance. Business plan. This is some idea about corporate finance. And then financial objective and strategies, that's 20%. And then some corporate governance issues, 20%. So you realize that corporate strategy, ethics, and governance, everything you studied in corporate strategies, ethics, and governance is relevant on this level. That's why it's going to be an easy paper to pass, right? It's going to be an easy paper to pass. So, but it's also going to be deadly, sometimes deadly, because sometimes overconfidence may lead you to make a lot of errors. But strategic management issues, business plan, financial objectives, and then corporate governance. So that is how the strategic case study is going to be. Remember, it's going to be a 3-hour paper, but the 2 case studies will be provided to you. You do research, you will look at it, you have an understanding of it. Whatever information you gather, you may be required to take it to the exam. Now, this is not Apple. It is not Apple, because you don't know the question the examiner will ask you based on the case. But this is where you need an expert in the field, an expert who understands the subject, so that we will be able to draw the possible questions that the examiner can ask, right? So that based on the possible questions that we can ask on the case, you do your research work to gather the information. Then from the case, you got now remember the fact that you can do some additional analysis and research work where necessary does not mean that you go outside the syllabus. Sorry, you go outside the case, because every answer you're going to be providing in the exam hall must be related to the case. You cannot deviate. So if they give you a case in a telecommunication industry, then your answer should relate to the company in the telecommunication industry and not the banking industry. That's very important, right? That's very important. So you're going to take that into consideration as well when you are writing or when you are preparing. So basically, this is what I refer to as the snapshot of the ICA New Syllabus and what you need to understand about the syllabus. And these are the things that you got to understand. So in a nutshell, quantitative tools, be writing any paper on it, but the ideas, the topics are spread in the syllabus. Corporate strategy, ethics, and governance, you're not going to be writing any paper on this because it's no more in the syllabus, but everything in corporate strategy, ethics, and governance will be relevant to you in level 3 strategic case study. Then advanced financial management is no more in the syllabus, but some of the topics in advanced financial management are spread in the syllabus, because mergers and acquisitions was actually a topic in advanced financial management. Now it is in corporate strategy. Did I say corporate strategy? Now it is in financial management level 2. Then some of the topics in advanced financial management are relevant in strategic case study. So you're not going to be throwing your ideas away in relation to that. So this is what you have to understand about the new ICA syllabus. Now, in case you missed something, or in case you have some specific questions, put them in the comment box. Remember to like my page on Facebook, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, because I'll be releasing videos such as this to give you the ideas about what you got to understand. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comment box and I'll be answering all the questions for you. Now, so what should be the combination of the papers that you are going to be writing? Let's say you are in level 1. What should be the combination of the papers that you should write? Now, so let me go there quickly and let me talk about that in the next few minutes I have left. So please, this is now here I'm going to be a bit harsh on you, right? But I got to be real to you. Many students are making the ICA rich and tuition providers rich at their own expense. What do I mean by that? Attend class and register for the exams for the papers that you have studied. Listen carefully. Don't go and say, I'm writing 4 papers. Then you go and pay the money for the tuition, 4 papers. But you don't have the time to study. You register for the 4 papers, but you know, and you go to the exam hall and you know you didn't do anything. Plan your schedule. So look at yourself. Okay, I work, I'm a family man, whatever it is. How many papers can I write? If it is 2 papers, prepare for the 2 papers well, write the papers and pass them. You got to give yourself the target of, you see, some people gamble. And I spoke about this last semester. Some people gamble. They are like, oh, I'm registering. Maybe I'll pass. Are you serious? Maybe you will pass? Meaning you didn't put in the work, you didn't put in the effort. So please, do a personal SWOT analysis. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? Based on that, if it is 2 papers, if it is 2 papers, 2 subjects that you can write, go for it, write them. And prepare well to pass them. Now, for those of you who are anti-lecture or anti-lectures, meaning you don't go for lectures, you study on your own, please, you are digging a grave that will give you emotional heartbreak. Because you see, you're going to fail. The chances of you studying on your own and passing the exam is small. When we put 10 people in a room and ask them to study a level 2 paper or a level 3 paper on their own, no assistance, and pass, the chances of anybody passing there is 10%. It means only 1 person out of the 10 people may pass. That one is even may pass. Now, this syllabus, the ICA subject, is not a joke. You cannot gamble around it. You cannot do it anyhow. So you've got to be serious about it and ask yourself, is it 2 papers I can write? Go for it. Write it. Don't be overwhelmed. Some people make statement that, oh, you see this paper like audit and assurance or like public sector. Oh, I read it on my own, no, then I passed. So you are reading on your own and you pass. No, please don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you spend money. Don't pay for an examination without paying for tuition. And don't pay for tuition and pay for an examination and go and fail. That is why you got to be careful where you attend lectures. Don't attend lectures because it is closer to your house or it is closer to your workplace or because your friends attend lectures there. No. When you are choosing a tuition center, I'm going to leave a link in the description box and also in the comment section. Click on the link and go and read my article on factors to consider when choosing a tuition center. Don't just choose a tuition center because it is closer to you, because your friends attend there, or because you know somebody there. No. This is your life we're talking about here. You're going to pay money to an expert, somebody who knows about the syllabus, somebody who has an understanding in the syllabus, somebody who knows how the examination is. And for all those of you who are solving past questions, you know I've been saying this. You will waste your time solving past questions. And I always say it. Last semester I said it. People are like, my lecturer said we should solve past questions. And people have turned it into a business and they are making money at your expense. No value. It won't add any value to you. You've got to go outside. You're going to solve questions in your kits, at the back of your kit. You're going to solve questions in the question bank. You're going to solve questions outside. You're going to solve some ACCA questions. Go outside. Solve other questions. That's what you got to understand. That is what you got to understand. Because the ICA does not repeat their questions. So the standard will be repeated, the topic will be repeated, but the question will not be repeated. And that language, that idea in the past question, they will not use that same language. So when you are solving a past question, you are wasting your time. So please, schedule your time very well. Ask yourself, which papers can I write? Which papers can I prepare for? If it is 2, go for it. If it is 3, go for it. But you got to be true to yourself and just write the papers that you can write. And please, never go into an ICA exam without attending any lectures. Never. And do not go and say, yeah, my colleague say he will help me, so my colleagues is helping me. Don't freak out. And don't say I'm going to study on my own. Don't say you're going to study on my own. Then when you're even choosing a center, be careful the center you choose. If you go to the hospital, sorry, my tripod. So imagine you go to the hospital and you are diagnosed of maybe diabetes, and they say go and see a doctor, and they direct you to go and see a heart surgeon. Will you be there for the heart surgeon to work on your diabetes, to advise you on diabetes? You won't do that, right? So why, or you are sick, instead of going to the hospital, then you look at the sickness and then you said, okay, this is malaria, this is diabetes, this is tuberculosis, this is HIV. Then you start self-medication. You're going to die in the next few minutes, or in the next few months, or in the next few years. So if your health, you won't take it for granted like that, why are you taking your academics for granted? Why am I saying this? I'm saying this to come to the point that when you are choosing centers, you got to be careful. You have to allow somebody who is an expert, somebody who understands the subject, somebody who knows what they are doing to teach you. What track record do they have? What content do they have?